Hello, friends and fellow collectors. Welcome back to episode 3 of Relish the Relics. Here I am with Dr. James. Dr. James, just he's not an actual doctor. He just plays one on YouTube. But he's the archaeologist of relics. And this third one here, I think, is the best of the first three. I think we both agree on this, James. This is the best of the first three. And I have a quote. Maybe you can guess who this is. I bet you might be surprised. This is a quote from the great Connie Mack, the great manager, Connie Mack from the early 20th century. This is what Connie Mack said about this particular player. With a man on third and first, I'd rather have this player hitting for me than anybody I've ever seen. And that includes Cobb, Simmons, and the rest of them. Wow. I mean, you'd rather have this guy hitting than the great Ty Cobb up there in what Kurt Simmons, right? Is that the other? Is that
Al Simmons, maybe?
Oh, not Kurt Simmons. Al Simmons. I think Kurt Simmons might have been a pitcher or something. But no further ado. This is another one for National Treasures. Flip this camera around. What? What is this? What is this, James?
Well, this is one sweet relic. This is what you wanted to see, right?
I was.
Is this what you were talking about with the quote?
That's Relish.
Oh, it's Relish.
Oh, this is called Relish. Relish the Relics.
I was confused. Relish the Relics.
Okay, What do we got here? What do you got there?
All right.
The great Connie Mack. Hey, buddy.
Let's remove this then. Let's remove that out of the way and flip this around, and here it is. Is that the relic you were hoping to see?
I like that one a lot. It says Boston there. Who is this?
Boston.
Who is this?
So this is Joe Cronin.
Joe Cronin. Yes.
Shortstop for the Red Sox back in the day. I think he was a manager as well.
Well, yeah, later on became a manager. Then he was the American League president for 14 seasons as well. I was just looking up some factoids before the episode. I mean, that's quite a quote from the great Connie Mack to say you'd rather have anybody else. I guess he was known to be one of the greatest clutch hitters of all time. Joe effing Cronin. Relish that, man. Relish that. Yeah. Let's talk about this, man. What is this? This is a little different than the other two.
So this is a booklet card. It is from National Treasures. The previous two were from 2019. This is from 2020. It is a booklet card. I just love just the design of the card. Obviously, I love the jersey patch, the jumbo jersey patch that's included. So I'll show the front off here just for a few more moments before I flip it over.
Get the if you can't see this, it says Boston there. It says Joe Cronin there. You can't really see it well on the National Treasures Legendary Jumbo. So this is the jumbo card.
Mm-hmm. And again, no logos, but again with the old time players, just the old time photographs. I don't think it.
When did Cronin play? He played in the 30s,
I think the 20s, 30s.
Yep. So this is probably I don't know if this is the oldest out of the three, probably uniforms.
Possibly, but I do have some information that I found. I think that's again to tie into this relic. So I'm going to flip it over on the back. It does have a little write-up here if you want me to read it again. Like I did with the previous cards I showed off. It says, a two-time All-Star before arriving in Boston, Cronin took his game to another level once he arrived in his new digs in 1935. Boasting just 2 double-digit homer seasons in his first 9 years, the shortstop delivered an incredible 5 consecutive such campaigns from 1937 to 41, which included a career best of 24 in 1940. So I will flip it around here, and you might notice on the back I did insert some bubble wrap on the back, and for the reason for that is because it's a booklet card holder, again a one-touch booklet card holder. It is slightly bigger than the card itself, so rather than having the card kind of slide back and forth, just putting that bubble wrap there kind of keeps the booklet card secure, kind of keeps it in place from moving around a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see at the top, again the bubble wrap might hide it a little bit. It does say a 1 of 1, so it is a 1 of 1 booklet card. And something interesting here, and this is again another reason why I like Panini. They don't always do it, but a lot of the times they do with some of the like the coach worn material. It says the enclosed spring training worn/used material is guaranteed. So it says spring training. So again, that kind of perked my ears up to, okay, well, what research can I do on this relic card? And it is from 2020. So I did look up on the internet, and I found something here kind of interesting that I think ties into the card. It kind of tells maybe a story of where this jumbo relic patch came from. So if I could slide this over here. It does say sold in February of 2019. It says 1954 Joe Cronin spring training worn Boston Red Sox uniform. And again, on the back of the card, it does say spring training 2020. This uniform jersey sold in 2019. So I believe this could very well be the actual jersey from when the relic was cut from and used.
Cool,
by
man.
Panini.
See, I told that's why I call him Dr. James, man. He comes up these things, you know. Like
I do a lot of research. I try.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not 100% sure, but it tells a story. It's like putting the puzzles together. The relics from 2020 happens to be a spring training uniform that was sold the year before in 2019. So it's very reasonable that it could have been purchased by Panini.
That's an amazing discovery there, man. To find that. Heritage Auctions.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you find that? You know,
I just looked up Joe Cronin game used jersey, and I think this
that
is one of the
popped up.
first
That
photos
very well.
and
I mean,
images. And
Panini could have bought that jersey.
It's very very possible.
Can I bring that? Can I bring that on camera?
I got a couple other things to show off, but sure, you can bring it back. And
like what part of the uniform do you think that?
So yeah, I will again. Please let me know your opinion. This is just the research and my thoughts. So let me slide that away, and I'll bring another photo in. So this is the front of the jersey.
Okay.
And just bringing the card back into frame, I'm trying to think, when I initially saw this, geez, where could this relic be from? Could this be possibly like a T, from Boston? But I was then thinking to myself, well, this is, all the pieces have to be symmetrical, the B and the S, the T, and, is this too large to be possibly a T? And I don't actually think this is from the front of the jersey at all. I actually think this is from the back of his jersey, and here's my reasoning. So I don't think it is the T at all. Rather, I think it's from his back of the jersey, and I circled it. I actually think it's from his uniform number 4. So here's how the card is originally faced. But if I flip it kind of upside down, and if you look at the circle inside, I actually think it's... And again, please, viewers who are watching the video, let me see.
Comment below.
Down a little, comment below. This is just my assessment, my opinion. I actually think it's part of the 4.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's part of the 4, and then it kind of jets out here and kind of forms
this
the
This could be the exact same jersey.
And this is, I think, this is
picture,
all these images are from that same website, Heritage Auctions, that I found.
Interesting.
I think there was like a pants that went with it too. I think it was a full uniform. But yeah, this is my assessment. I don't think it's from the T. I actually think it's from the 4. Just how wide it is and how big it is.
That's a cool.
I think it forms the bottom.
Yeah, so Cronin, man. Yeah, Cronin's as you saw that open in over in Mark, Connie Mack had thought of him. Ted Williams, I guess, was a big fan of Cronin as well, and they were teammates / he was his manager in the 50s as well. Mm-hmm. And he always had good things to say about Cronin. I guess he was a very even-tempered manager and player. He was very steady Eddie type of guy. Hit those. I think of David Ortiz. When I think of the steady Eddie clutch hitter type of player. Too bad he wasn't in any championships, him and Williams. But they're definitely quite a player in the Red Sox history. Quite a player, Hall of Famer. I think he was inducted in the 50s. I think he was inducted in the Hall of Fame, and he had something to add to that.
I did. So just to go back to this website with the Heritage Auctions, I'm not going to read the whole description, but it looks like Cronin ventured down to Florida in 1954. He was in his late 40s to help coach up his old teammate Ted Williams and the rest of the Bo Sox. And so even though this jersey is spring training used, it wasn't used as a player. It's still old-fashioned. It's still, from the 50s. And again, I like it. I think it's pretty cool how, at least on the back, how they they at least kind of informed you of where the.
So you got
Jersey
maybe
Shorts was taken from.
specifically that situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think again, I think it's very highly likely that it's from this very uniform that was auctioned off in 2019.
All right. Well, that is a relish that for a minute there. Just relish that relic right there. These are a piece of baseball history here. Tell us what you think in the comments there. Let us know. We love to hear what your thoughts. Thumbs up. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff, and we're gonna be back. We're gonna take we're gonna have another batch here. I don't know. Do you have any ideas of maybe where we're gonna go from here?
I do have some others again from National Treasures too, but maybe I'll mix it up. I do have some others from Top Sterling and from Prime Cuts from the early years.
Yeah, so we'll be back with another episode soon. Thank you for joining us. Take care. God bless. Peace. Later.